Hi, guys.
Hi. Can you tell me about your first crush? I want to revisit this convo from last night. Even when we were talking about it, I was like, we're going to talk about this on the show.
Yeah.
Who was your first crush?
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
Tell us your first straight crush and your first girl crush.
I mean, I thought I was going to marry Trevor.
Yeah.
Thought-
Our neighborhood boy.
Yeah. And then there was Quentin.
Oh, yeah, Quentin.
I know.
And Jaren.
I liked the frail.
She
Didn't
liked
we
the
all?
skinny
They were
ones.
so tiny.
She could just bend him over her knee and crack him.
Yeah. Control them. Bend them to my will. Yeah, Jaren, R.I.P. Sad. Yeah. And then there was Zac Efron.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Did you see Iron Claw, by the way?
I have not watched it yet.
Holy moly.
I know it's like too sad.
No, when I tell you I was sobbing on the
Yeah.
couch, James was like, "Are you okay?"
It's one about the wrestler brothers. Yeah.
I told her to watch it, and then I remembered the storyline was like, maybe not watch
Don't
that
watch
one.
that. Yeah. It's on my list. I do want to watch it because I love all three of them.
Yeah.
And yeah. My first good crush, I still love her. It's fine.
Aww.
Does she listen to the podcast? Oh, we'll find out. Hi, Simone. Simone was my first girl kiss. It was a dare, a sleepover.
Cute.
So all my first kisses were dares, games, all those things. Cute. I had the very typical American childhood in that way.
Very sitcom of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Very 13 going on 30.
Yeah. 13 going on 30.
7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah.
Yep. Never 7 minutes in heaven. That was never played at any of my parties.
I didn't have a co-ed party until my 13th birthday, and even that was so heavily supervised.
Yeah.
There were so many parents at that party. Everyone was watching everything.
Yeah.
No one was touching anyone. So it's odd to me that you had those experiences.
Well, the thing was I always had boys who were friends.
Yeah, I didn't.
From a young age. Like Trevor from birth. We were literally born in the same hospital within days of each other.
Heather's younger brother.
Oh. No. Quintero.
Oh, sorry.
Not that Trevor.
Not that Trevor.
No, the one who lived across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were born in the same hospital within days of each other. We would find out later. But we grew up together from 1 until 4th grade.
Oh.
And yeah, so yeah.
But, cute.
Yeah.
Who's your first crush?
I was trying to think who I would consider my first crush. But in 2nd grade, there was a boy named Austin, and I thought he was the cutest, and he sat in front of me, and I remember, or maybe it was either 1st or 2nd grade, but we would have spelling tests, spelling whatever, and I would always let him cheat off my test.
Ooh,
and
that's the true sign.
I ate erasers for that boy.
Oh. I'm sorry,
not multiple, but
just one.
Yeah, just little pieces of it.
As a dare.
I thought he was so cute. Yeah.
I did eat an eraser.
I'll eat this.
I mean, I chomped on him, but on purpose, not because of a dare.
Yeah.
Chew on the pencil.
Yeah. But I think he was my first crush. Yeah. But I had a lot of crushes in elementary school.
So did I.
And I had a lot of boyfriends in elementary school.
Same. Well, just the one.
Cute.
Yeah.
Not I. So I had lots of crushes. I think my entire adolescence, teenage, college was obsessed with crushes, or going to church. All I could think about was the cute guy that I wanted to marry and have lots of babies and raise them in the church. Yeah. That was all that was going through my mind.
I was deeply invested in Bailey's crushes.
Really?
Yeah. I think starting with Charlie.
That was high school though.
I know, but I was still invested.
Girl, me too.
Named our first card after him.
Yeah. First crush was 4th grade, Kyle. And he was tall, he was lanky, and he had floppy 90s boy hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was so cute. And our moms were friends, school mom friends.
Yeah.
And we've been to each other's houses. We had play dates. We got invited to each other's birthday parties. I got to go to, he was my first boy birthday party I ever got to go to during the summer, which was crazy. Wow. And I went to the same traditional school with a still current friend, like lifelong friend named Rachel.
Mhm.
And she also had a crush on him at some point,
Oh, no.
but he was younger than her. So I always was like, you can't have him
Yeah.
because he's in my grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a whole other grade to choose from.
Yeah.
But he was so precious.
Mhm.
One time, one of my distinct memories is burying his head in the sand in the playground. And that day,
It's
I
true
just
love right there.
clearly
Yeah.
remember being like, if he's going to allow me to do this, then we're in love.
Yeah, obviously.
Why else would you let me bury
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
head in the sand?
Yeah, I had like a third grade playground wedding.
Cute.
Oh.
I love that. He
Yeah.
never.
And then he dumped me in 5th.
Oh, how sad.
Oh, rude.
Kyle never was like, I like you. I never said that to him
Mhm.
either, but he was definitely the kid that I would write Mrs. his last name
Yeah.
in my notebooks and like write hearts around his
Yeah.
name, that kind of thing. But
See, I had code names for
Oh.
all of them. So I still have, it's in my memory box, my like wedding dream journal.
oh yeah.
It's collages of magazine cutouts and things.
As you do.
But
Sure.
the back says like future Mrs. and then one of their code names, or future Mrs. and then the other one's code name.
Oh, just in case.
Just in case it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Did you ever go out with a crush? Like, did your dream crush ever turn into a dating situation?
I don't know because I mean, I don't know. I feel like I had like boyfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
And so maybe, yeah, because like I had a crush on them and then
It turned into
we
something.
kind of dated a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
See, that was
Yeah.
always my dream. That anyone that I actually liked would like me back.
yeah.
But I never dated anyone in elementary school,
Oh.
junior high, high school, college. So I was
Mm-hmm.
just riddled with crushes
Yeah.
and no reciprocation.
Oh.
I did go, okay, so remember the ice skating story?
Yes.
Ben, he was a very significant high school crush.
Yes.
But after that happened, everything fell
Yeah.
away to the wayside.
My bad.
It's okay.
yeah.
Too much blood.
Not meant to be. And
Hard
too
to come
much
back from that.
Too much blood.
Yeah, no.
But the Charlie guy,
Mhm.
we were in the same class all through high school, and he was the bad boy,
Mhm.
rocker boy,
With a
Yeah.
Letterman jacket.
with the Letterman jacket. He played varsity football. He was so tall.
Yeah.
And so he had like tattoos in our sophomore year of high school. He was
Parents let him
so
get
bad.
tattoos?
Yes.
boy.
Oh no.
Yes.
I went to high school with a lot of people with tattoos.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Same.
I guess a lot of people I did too.
Yeah.
We had this history class together sophomore year. We hated each other freshman year. We were always at each other's throats.
Yeah.
He was always so mean to me, and I'd be just mean to him. I'd throw it right back at him.
We
But
love
then
an enemies to lovers.
sophomore year, we had to do this presentation booklet where you had to make this book about the place that you wanted to go visit and then tell the history of that
Mhm.
place.
Yeah.
And of course, with a project like that, I'm going to town.
Yeah.
We're talking laminated pages.
Of course.
We're talking stickers. We're talking different fonts.
Yeah.
You know, I had a blast. And then you had to present it to the class.
Do you remember where you wanted to go?
Don't remember where.
Oh dang.
Because it was tied to something in that
Yeah.
history class. I don't remember what it was. I don't think I wanted to go there in real life, but I had a blast. We had to present it in class.
Yeah.
There was a moment in my presentation where he looked up and he never paid attention in class and he never wanted to participate or anything. And for some reason, he watched my entire presentation. And I was waiting for him to be an ass and like say something mean under his
Yeah.
breath when I walked by.
Mhm.
And I sat back down and I sat like kind of adjacently behind him, and he turned around and he was like, "That was really good." I was
Oh.
like,
Oh.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And that's when Bailey's brain clicked of, I can fix him.
Yes.
literally, I was
Yeah.
like,
I can
"Oh,
make him be a straight A student.
It's working.
You're a bad boy. I'm a good girl.
Yeah.
Like, this could work."
Yeah.
And I think we both had crushes on each other
Yeah.
because he let me wear
It was
his
a
jersey.
very, oh, will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
He let me wear his jersey for one of the game nights. But his jersey was a well-worn jersey. Like, a handful of ladies wore that jersey. You know
Oh.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Was this a thing did you have a football team in high school?
Yeah.
Did the girlfriends or like the interested girls wear their boys' jersey to the Friday night games?
No.
Really? Or the pep rally?
No.
was a
Maybe
thing at
like a
ours.
Letterman jacket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not the jersey because they were probably wearing their jersey.
So on Friday days during school, all the girls who were attached to a football player would wear the jersey to school and like
Oh.
represent.
Oh.
And I was bold enough our junior year. So we had like blossomed into, okay, we don't hate each other. Then he found out I like the Foo Fighters, and then we
Yeah.
had like something in common.
Yeah.
And I was bold enough to ask him one week and was like, hey, can I wear your jersey on Friday? He was like, actually, yeah, I'd love that. Yeah.
You're like, okay.
It was her turn.
It was my turn. I was on the roster.
And when are we getting married?
Yeah, right. And
when am I having your bad boy babies?
right after that happened, I never pursued it more than that, and he never pursued it more than that, and we went our separate ways.
Because
no idea where he's at.
Was your class large?
400 people.
Oh,
it's pretty big. Yeah. So, but for some reason, my graduating class, everybody knew each other. Like, we were all friends. We were also that diversity camp that I told you guys about last season. He went to that. I went to that. And a lot of core people from our class who were recognized as people who are followed or who are respected all went to that camp. And when we came back, we kind of tried to like spread the message of peace and respectfulness.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Unitarian.
And that changed a lot of how we saw each other and how we bonded as a graduating class. Because by the time we all graduated, we were all pretty not cliquey. Like there wasn't just the cheerleaders and the jocks. We were all really mixed into each other.
Yeah.
Even like the valedictorian was a basketball varsity player, but she was also like one of the smartest kids I've ever met in my life. Was a massive straight A student, top of the class. And felt like she could kind of sit in any clique and make friends. It was cool.
Fun.
There were definitely like, I don't know, there were the popular kids of every sector, right? Like there was the popular brainiac kids, there was the popular football players, whatever, but like there was still a lot of crossover. I don't think I ate lunch at the same table any given day. I had friends in every like group.
I had a same table friends. Did you have a same table friend situation? You sat anywhere?
No. Well, yeah, I would pretty much go anywhere. It also depended on like if you had lunch at the same time as people.
Oh yeah.
Because we had them split. But also, like, junior, senior year, we could eat off campus. So I didn't spend
that wasn't a thing anymore. My
lunchtime on campus. And if I did, I was there for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
gotta go.
Yeah.
We were allowed to still my years, but I never had a car in high school. And none of my friends really did either for some reason.
Yeah.
None of us wanted to drive. None of us wanted to participate.
Too many kids got in car accidents in the years leading up to my high school years. And so they shut that down.
Yeah.
We actually started getting... They built a Quick Trip gas station right next to my high school. I think they were building it during my sophomore year or whatever. So it was done while I was still in school. And so we would go after school to go like get drinks or whatever and then go to your extracurriculars.
Yeah.
And a lot of the like coaches and theater directors and choir stuff started banning kids from doing that because too many accidents were happening or like kids were just showing up late all the time too. Yeah. But one girl, there was a girl and a guy from my class were in his thing at my high school was the kids who lived in the neighborhood. A lot of them would drive golf carts to school because they were a bunch of city hicks. And so it was not uncommon to see someone driving to school in a golf cart. And he got T-boned in said golf cart on the way to the gas station.
Oh, no.
And like almost died. And so they were like, yeah,
that's so
let's
scary.
not do that anymore. Let's not,
it's just not worth it.
No.
For a snack and a drink.
Yeah.
No, your life is more important than that.
Yeah.
I legitimately just said to Jansen, like maybe last weekend, that I'd like to live somewhere where I can have a golf cart to like drive around.
Sun City.
I mean,
it's like one of the only areas where they're street legal.
Yeah.
Sedona.
Yeah.
Village of Oak Creek.
Yeah.
Kathy wants a golf cart so bad.
Oh,
James's mom.
Yeah.
She loves them. Everybody has one there. Hilarious. How about a question out of the jar?
Sure.
Pass it to Kelly. She hasn't done one.
And to answer the question, no, I never got to date really any of my real crushes. Mostly because she just always had a boyfriend. So.
And you were in a closet.
Yeah. Everybody thought we were dating, though.
Oh, that's fun. I love a rumor.
We used to hold hands a lot.
Oh, okay. You played that up.
Yep.
If someone gives you $100 and tells you to treat yourself, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Oh, I'm answering it first?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for asking, Kelly. If I had $100, I mean, it's gonna go fast.
So fast these
Yeah,
days.
$100 is not much.
Let's say $1,000.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
Someone
Lift-
hands you
yeah.
$1,000 and they say, "Have a grand old time."
Let's
What you
go,
gonna
daddy.
do?
And you're not allowed to pay bills with it or do anything
no, you
boring with it. You have to actually
Gotta do fun things.
do a fun
Okay.
thing.
I'm thinking like some sort of pedicure massage
Mm.
action going on here. Probably both, because I got
Self-care.
$1,000.
Yeah, all in.
I'm gonna probably go to Target
Mm.
and see what the Target gods have to say.
Spend your $200.
Yes.
Minimum.
Minimum.
And because I just love like clothes and stuff
And things.
and things.
Trinkets.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I think I'm just like shopping spree a little bit, self-care time,
Ugh, love.
maybe a good restaurant.
Ooh.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Good date night.
Yeah.
So fun.
Like
Where
take
you
it
wear,
home.
where you
Mhm.
wear your new outfit that you got at Target.
Exactly.
Yes.
Perf. That's
Maybe
a great day.
yeah, if I have some leftover cash, maybe like a resort pass or something,
Ooh, yeah.
and like
Yeah.
bump up to the cabana
Yeah.
so I have all the perks.
Make a weekend of it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you
yeah.
could do that with $1,000.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
absolutely could.
On resortpass.com.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I think that's what I would like to do.
Our Venmos are. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. What would you do?
We'll put that next instead of our
Except my
special text.
Venmo name is so weird because it's like -1.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
It's
it's so dumb.
strange.
Anyways, with my $1,000, I would. Oh, I'd probably do a little bit of a spa day. I don't super love strangers touching me.
Yeah.
So maybe like a facial. I do love a facial.
Ugh.
I'll
Have you
probably
ever
go
had
to
a
that.
facial?
I had my own one and only facial I've ever had was at your bridal.
Yeah,
Day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, except
The
I
extensions.
don't love being really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
warm.
the heated blanket was on the
Mhm.
table.
Too much.
And I'm like laying there and I like stuck my leg out of the blanket at one point. And she's like, "Do you want me to turn the table off?" I was like, "Yes, please."
Yeah, because they put blankets on you and the bed is heated.
And
Yes.
then there's like hot steam being blown
Yeah,
on your
there
face.
was one point where I
"I'm
was
gonna
being
die."
actively suffocated because the steam was blowing directly into my oxygen way.
Absolutely.
And airway, that's the word.
You got it.
Oxygen way.
Oxygen way.
The way my oxygen goes.
Listen, I lost some
Pretty.
brain cells. Yeah, no, the steam was coming right in, and then the heated blanket, and they tell you to like really strip down because the blanket and bed gets so warm.
Mhm.
I also was not prepared for that.
To strip
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a facial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
She's like,
why do I have to get naked?
yeah, she's like, dress down to your comfort level. And I was like, for my face?
You're like,
For-
turtleneck.
I was like, okay.
So full long johns, got it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Snowsuit.
Anyways,
They really need
perfect.
to have like a cooling bed and a cooling
Yes.
blanket.
'Cause I run-
option.
I would
I
love
run
that.
warm.
Yeah.
I want an ice bath.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
facial.
so
$1,000.
it's okay.
Facial.
Rabbit tracks. Jesus. Rabbit trails. I
Oh,
can't.
We're having
boy.
a hard time with our words today, y'all. It's okay.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
My mother made me mash my
Yeah.
That's just for you.
Okay.
Yeah, facial,
Okay.
because minimal touching. Um, and then maybe a little bit of a Target run.
Mm.
But most, like, maybe I'll go see a movie.
I was kind of feeling movie.
Or like, maybe like a show at Gamage.
Oh, never been.
Fancy.
Oh, I love Gamage. Such a fun time.
Yeah.
Hamilton will be here in
I
July.
know.
We looked.
And it'll be here the week of my birthday. Just
And Wicked will be
Heads up.
here later on in the year too.
I'll let my
how many more times do you need to see Wicked?
1,000,000.
Okay.
I need to round it out to at least 10.
Okay.
Before
Are you
the-
at 9?
before the
No,
movie.
I'm on like 7, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Okay.
She's got plenty of room.
Yeah.
There we go. 3 more times. Let's go.
Okay, so Gamage, wearing your new
Gamage.
Target outfit.
With my new Target outfit, I'm a shoe fiend, so I'm probably gonna go buy some new pairs of Vans. I'm not a sneakerhead because I'm not buying like Nike or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
But I love Vans, and they can get a little pricey for
Mm.
my budget.
Mhm.
And so maybe I'm going to a DSW and I'm buying as many pairs as I want.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a good meal.
Yeah.
I want to go to like a Sicilian butcher
Yeah.
or a good sushi.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking our language. Love.
And maybe a churn after. Get some
Oh my
ice cream.
goodness.
Ooh, yeah.
A churn sundae, man. They're so
I
good.
haven't been to
Top tier.
Churn in forever.
Yeah.
Me neither. I forgot about them actually.
So good.
Yeah. I can usually, if I go to dinner with Mom and Mike, I can usually talk. It doesn't take much talking Mike into ice cream.
That man loves a sweet.
It takes me just saying the words ice cream, and we go. And we're on our way.
Yeah.
We are
Love.
inside of a churn
Already there.
or a Dairy Queen.
Love.
Yeah.
That's a
Anything-
good day.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, my brain instantly went to Bills, which is just
I
like
know.
not
Yeah.
a fun place. Maybe a new little cat toy. Actually, here's what I'm really spending the $1,000 on. I'm buying a litter robot because those things are $600.
Oh,
But
dang.
it's the like
The turning one.
yes,
Yeah.
but they are like the Lamborghini of litter boxes.
Oh,
It self cleans.
nice.
It's beautiful, but they're massive. First of all,
Yeah.
they take up a lot of space, and also have to be like plugged in all of the time. And then also, it also like helps track your cat's like health.
Oh,
And-
my goodness.
I'm sorry. I am not paying over $600 for a bathroom for a.
The cheaper models are
Animal.
like $400.
But
You can't tell a dog
I know.
owner that and make it
No,
make sense
I
in our
know.
head because
I
I'm
know.
like, I'm going outside to the grass where my dog poops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but think about like Arizona summer having to go scoop poop.
Yeah.
At least it's dried
Sucks.
out and it stinks less.
True.
Yeah. No.
It's hot outside.
It is hot outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nice.
$600 cat bathroom.
And then a $400 facial
Ooh.
What a day.
Yeah.
with the gold leaf.
Yeah.
With the gold leaf. I need a massage
Yeah.
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
So that's happening.
I desperately need a pedicure.
The
I
same.
also.
Same. The Korean head spa
Oh, yeah.
situation to get my
Mhm.
scalp massaged and deep clean.
And you've been
Yeah.
talking about that for a while.
I know.
There's one by my work / by my house.
Oh.
All the ones that I've seen in the US do not match what
No,
is
they
happening
don't.
in Japan right now.
I know.
And I need to go there or Korea,
Yeah.
South Korea.
Yeah.
So those two self-care things, sign me up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A resort pass for me and James because we love a resort pass
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
because you get a good bang for your buck. You get a good meal,
Mm-hmm.
get a view, hopefully. And especially in California, there's so many
Yeah.
that
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
tried yet.
Oh yeah.
Heather and I went to one out on the coast north of Calabasas
Mm-hmm.
for our middle birthday.
Nice.
And it was overcast the entire day. We couldn't see anything when it started to rain, and we
Oh.
had to be under an umbrella
Oh,
the
no.
entire rest of
Oh,
the day.
no.
But their food was great.
Yeah.
They did have this really cool infinity pool situation, so you could see the view, and the view was complete, like just beach and ocean.
Oh,
it was
beautiful.
gorgeous, but it was so foggy that you couldn't see anything past the beach.
Yeah.
I feel like we have gone out to all of the like good ones
Here,
in Phoenix.
oh yeah,
or in
totally. We've seen them
Arizona.
all.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess I've never done any in like. I bet there's probably a fun one in Sedona or something
Maybe, I'm not sure.
that I haven't been to,
I don't know. I've only ever done them in Phoenix.
Yeah.
or like Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And then I'm booking a ticket somewhere else, and I'll
Mm.
spend the rest of my money somewhere else.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Because I don't love treating myself these days to dinners out or food
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
eating out. It's never fun anymore for me.
Mm.
And with the way grocery prices are,
Mhm.
restaurant prices are 10 times worse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love sushi, but I can't go out to sushi with two people for under $80 anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's insane.
true.
For like 3 rolls, you're spending
Yeah.
at least $70 plus
Yeah.
drinks.
We got to go back to that all you can eat.
Yeah. Oh, I did like
Fun.
that place that we went with Tiffany and Chris.
Yeah.
What did I call him? Criffany.
Criffany. We've given them a
Tiss.
A couple names.
Tiss.
Tiss? Tiss.
No. Criffany
Oh,
is
no.
funny, man.
Tissy.
Yeah.
She's dying right now. So that's what I would do with my $1,000.
Yeah.
I
like
liked
it.
that question.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you for altering it because $100 gets you nowhere.
I know. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get
A Dutch Bros.
yeah.
Just rose in a car wash.
Yeah.
1 foot pedicure.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the other part of the $1,000 is I'm getting that premium
Oh, yeah.
pedi
The best of the
with
best.
the paraben,
Uh-huh,
the full
uh-huh.
scrub, maybe a
Exfoliate.
wax.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need it.
Oh yeah.
Very, very Minnesota today.
Yeah.
Should we do one more question question.
Question.
Because our
I'm
topic
Clevin.
One more Jacques.
today, after we do this last question, we thought it would be interesting to just have a conversation about something that is going to be talked about widely for the next year plus, which is the TikTok ban, because it affects us because we're a small business trying to get seen and heard and known on TikTok and all social media. And we feel like there's a lot of misconstrued information out there, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk to. Also, I love telling Kelly about pop culture things.
Because I don't know anything.
And current
Oh my
events.
God.
Stop it.
I'm just joking.
You have a very distinct thread of things that you know about and know a lot about.
Yes, because if I like it, I'll deep dive.
Yes.
If not, it doesn't exist. to
And
me.
you go niche.
Yes. Yes. And
But so does your husband. So it
Yes.
fits.
Mhm.
Hence the how many seasons of Gold Rush
Yeah.
you've
Girl.
seen.
How many seasons of Deadliest Catch have we watched? All of them.
Yeah.
How many?
And we know
Ghost
everybody
Adventures.
intimately.
Ghost Adventures. We're
Every
trucking
season.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned things from you from niche communities. So I like telling each other
Yeah.
stories
Yeah.
from our weird
Weird
pop
sides of the
culture.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Is
trying to shuffle them a little.
Oh, thank you.
smart.
Appreciate it.
I also do have more to add. I just didn't have space. So,
I have some in my
Ooh.
brain too.
What a great question.
Oh,
can we
great.
take the jar from you?
Where do you want to retire and live out your golden years?
Oh,
Cute.
It's cute.
Adorbs.
Florida. No, absolutely. The fuck not.
That's where I would never like to go again.
No, I'm good.
Hi.
I'm okay
Scary
if Florida cracks off and floats out into the ocean.
But Disney World, you know?
But Disney World.
Disney World.
But Disney World.
But Mickey Mouse.
I'm
Mickey
good.
Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
I'm not a Disney
What are you
adult.
saying?
I can't do it.
I know.
After going to Italy, I'd be so down because of the way older people, older Italians are respected and taken care of in Italy. Like, it was so beautiful to see all of our Airbnb hosts are helping like house their oldest generation and take care of them and
Yeah.
make sure they're well. It's a big part of their culture to make
Yeah.
sure that those people are honored, and their medical system is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I also feel like real estate wise, there is so much to choose from. The beauty of it too, especially in parts like Tuscany and outside villages, is that
Yeah.
you are not allowed to rebuild something.
Mhm.
You have to use the structure and old bones of the thing that you buy,
Beauty.
and you have to just bring it up to code and like enhance it, but you're not allowed to modernize it much past certain points. Like you
Yeah.
can have a newer kitchen, but the outside of it needs to be respectful of the surrounding area.
I love that
Isn't that
though.
so
And
cool?
because like going over there too, everything keeps that charm.
Yes. Oh, it's
Where here we're just like bulldoze it down.
And I will
Dude.
say the thing with the elderly is you will find that that's true everywhere except for the US.
Yeah.
And maybe like the UK. Like
Yeah.
everywhere that's like not super westernized
and white.
and white is there is a care and a adoration and respect for your elders.
Yeah.
In Bosnia, the elderly are seen, especially because they lost an entire generation of people.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me like want to cry. But and so the ones that they have, it's a blessing to have someone that old in your family.
Right.
And it's seen as such a reward
Mm-hmm.
to get to see them through the end of their life. And so coming home, it gave me so much more respect for like what mom's doing with grandpa, what we will one day,
Yeah.
do for mom. And but yeah,
Those
watching we all know it's gonna be me.
Do we?
Me and my cats. Anyways,
Yeah.
but no, everywhere it was something I really loved seeing, and just multi-generational living in general is far more common. But with the building thing, it's interesting. In Bosnia, if a building has been deemed historical by the government, you cannot modernize it to the point of like the church that I worked for, their courtyard can only be restored to exactly how it was built in like the late 1800s to this day.
Really?
So it's like this really interesting stonework
Yeah.
that is only done by like a certain group of people. Like you have to like pay them to come out and like fix it because it's done in these. I have pictures of it, but it is the coolest like spiraled design of like mosaic of rock of like river rock.
That's so cool.
Oh wow.
And so they're all like smooth stones. And so it's really interesting. But yeah, so like when they got, because they'll get grants from the country, from the government to restore historical buildings, especially post the war in the 90s. And so to make sure that things stay the same and are you know, they're kept with their integrity. They have a lot of rules in place, like down to the measurements.
Wow.
Like doorways cannot be enlarged and like all these things. They'll have rules of like things need to be brought up to certain like health codes and like they don't really care about ADA. They're not too worried about that part.
Yeah.
Seeing as ADA is American.
Yeah. No, I know, but that they're
that concept.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, no. That is one of that city in general. That was one of the hard parts to see sometimes was, if you are handicapped in any way, that city is basically impossible to navigate.
Yeah.
Because like no one street is the same like height level and there's cobblestone everywhere, which is just a handicap hellscape.
Yeah.
What about you? Oh, do you have a question?
Well, where would you?
Where would I retire?
That's where I thought she was retiring.
Oh no.
No.
Well, I can't legally get married there, so no. Probably wouldn't retire there. I could see myself wanting to retire in, honestly, Ireland. I fell in love with Galway when Mom and I went there in 2018. Similarly there, they do take care of their elderly, and the healthcare system is pretty decent. But you're good. But,
I didn't hear you.
Good.
It's just beautiful and green and rainy and
luscious
and lush.
I like that.
Interesting.
What you?
It's interesting that both of you, your like first reaction or idea was out of the country.
Oh yeah.
Because I was thinking like Colorado or like,
so if I had to pick somewhere U.S., probably like a Colorado or somewhere with a better climate than here, but
better climate, more view than dirt.
Like a suburban Alaska,
maybe.
Interesting.
Probably not though.
Do you want something that's more walkable too? So you can like walk to the grocery store, walk to this coffee shop. No?
I've never had that in my life, really. No. So I don't think necessarily, but I think it's cool.
Thanks.
I think it could be interesting.
Yeah.
But I think, let me say, I think 20 more times.
Please do.
I think that if I were to stay in the U.S., I would want to be somewhere kind of central of the U.S.
Yes.
Not so much coastal.
Yeah.
And if I were to go out of the country, I feel like I'm being drawn to Norway for some reason, but
yeah, I've talked about Norway a lot.
I've never been, so it's hard to say that with certainty.
We are Norwegian.
But I feel like, they have
a
peaceful way of living.
Aren't they the happiest place?
I think
supposed to be, like
they're voted happiest place to live
per capita or something like that.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's on our list for
I'd
Christmas
like to,
trips.
Yeah, I'd like to go
visit
so I can confirm that that's where I'd like to retire because it sounds nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just very expensive.
My James and our go-to is to not be here by the time both of us are in our 50s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. We'll make a nice guest room up for everybody.
Thank you.
The hope is to have property, right? And
to
be able to house anyone we wish to house. But yeah, I think both of us are very disenfranchised from aging in the US.
Yeah.
Mostly because our examples of aging in the US are either like his parents worked their tails off their whole lives to be able to get to a place to be comfortable and retire and live their life. His poor dad passes away at like the beginning of that stage. Now his mom is just there. It makes me so sad.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I also don't want my retirement to just be like being in Sedona.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather be in another country where I could go experience the rest of my life,
Yeah.
experience something that I've never had before. And I don't think I can get that here.
Yeah.
Really. And he's the same way.
Yeah.
And I feel like our money will go further elsewhere. Well into our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
And today.
Yeah.
And today's tunes. But I understand the centralness. I think I just crave adventure and feel like I should get that well through my life. Yeah. Interesting.
Would you say you crave adventure in the great wide somewhere?
In the great wide somewhere.
Beauty and the Beast.
I wanted more than I can know. TikTok ban. What do you know?
Too much now. I watched all the things you sent us, and I read the articles.
I did too.
Yeah. I will say that Washington Post article was a really great summary.
I'll put the Washington Post article in our show notes too, because they also update it every single day if something new happens, or at least every single week, to make sure that the newest news is up at the top. Because since we talking about this on the show, 8 TikTokers have joined with TikTok in order to sue the government.
Yeah.
And
I read about that yesterday.
TikTok is funding all of it to make sure that the money is going behind the voices of actual creators. One of the creators lost her job in 2020, got on TikTok like everybody else, and she was able to create an entire home baking business out of her house that has now turned into a international cookie business.
Wow.
And she landed a cookbook deal last year and just came out with her first cookbook, and it's on the national bestseller list.
How cool.
And that's just one of hundreds of stories, thousands of stories on TikTok of people who are utilizing the app to actually make money. And that's what TikTok's really trying to push, in that 170 million Americans are on this app. That's over half of US citizens are on this app, who are most of them actively using it on a daily basis. But not only that, there are whole businesses who utilize this app to make significant amounts of money for their families and for their small businesses. And taking something like this away would be
the amount of like musicians whose careers I've seen blow up in the last 4 years because of TikTok. Yeah. Especially during the pandemic. I mean, Noah Khan can thank TikTok for his entire career. Yeah. Because Stick Season trended. Yeah. Everyone got obsessed. And now like he's done collaborations with Brandy Carlisle, Hosier, all the like massive names in music.
All from an app.
All from an app.
So let's talk.
It really did though, like in the realm of everyday Joe getting
notoriety.
Yeah, thank you. That word just like left my brain.
Flew out.
It gave him such more opportunity than any other platform too. So
and the reason they got that opportunity is the algorithm.
Yeah.
TikTok algorithm is extremely different than any other social media out there. And that is why a lot of government officials are kind of terrified about it. So let's talk about how we got here. Many U.S. government officials worry that China's government can force TikTok to hand over data from American smartphones or manipulate the videos people see on TikTok towards the preferences of the Chinese Communist Party.
It's just not happening.
It's just not happening. They also have no evidence of this.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part of this entire conversation, is that they literally, in their documents to ban it and put this into law, they have no evidence of any communist practices happening in our feeds or us turning towards a communist party. What they're mad about, truly, reading in between the lines, is that they're pissed for a couple of reasons. They can't control a foreign company having such an intense hold on over half of Americans and counting. And there is no cap on how many of us can have access to this, right? Access to any kind of information that comes into our FYP. No other social media can claim also that hold on Americans. Meta, as much as they like to push that they are US made and US forced, none of us are really on it. They can't claim the amount of users, active daily users, that TikTok has been able to claim for years. And they're so pissed about that. They're mad that they can't have a heavy influence in the algorithm and the data, which the US government can have heavy access to metadata because it is a US company. And what cracks me up about the data conversation, Meta has been stealing your data since Mark was in his Harvard dorm room.
Yeah.
He has always had shady practices when it comes to user data and any kind of information he can glean from us. He's sat in front of the Supreme Court specifically because his company has done terrible things with the information that they know about their users and will continue to do so because he can. It's a US government. He can get away with a lot of things because he's making a lot of money for our country.
And he's an American.
And he's an American.
Yeah, I think they rely heavily on the Chinese aspect of it
Yes.
because that they use it to their advantage of this is going to create more fear, as horrible as it is, and chaos. Yeah. And it's like, well, we're doing the exact same thing.
It's the Red Scare.
Yeah.
It's
all over again.
It's
for our generation.
Yeah.
Jeff Jackson, who is a senator, I believe, on TikTok, he got a huge following from being the politician who would sit down in front of the camera and tell you how it really is.
For sure.
Then he voted yes on the TikTok ban, and people lost their
and
minds.
then the video he made after with his tail between his legs.
Audacity. But tail between
saying, I'm so sorry I did this? Or
No. Of like, here's why I did this.
Oh, yeah. And his why is that I am privy to national secret information that you, the American people, are not privy to. And that's why I voted yes on this ban. And we're just like, what information?
Yeah.
What are you actually saying and saying? Because for me, it just feels like a propaganda wash. Like they're just trying to scare us so that we look the other direction. But they're doing it in an election year.
Yeah.
And that's why they're doing it in an election year.
Well, and that's like in the article too. When I first heard TikTok ban, in my thought, I was like, oh, because they don't want that many more voices around the election.
Yes.
They're trying to close it down before that. But the article is like, well, if anything were to be officially banned, it's not going to be until after.
Yes.
But now it's like they're just trying to use the threat of the ban to make that much more noise to quiet down any election type talk.
Totally. Not to mention, Meta came out with a new setting that they and I'll show you how to turn this off on your phone if you want it to.
Yes,
they
please.
auto selected it to be on and didn't announce that this setting was put into your phones in the latest update. But it is to eliminate and or limit the amount of political content that you get in your feed. Because they want to assume that any Meta user doesn't want to see any kind of political information coming through their FYP.
What's so funny is like the most I touch a Meta product, right, is Instagram.
Sure.
I don't open Facebook unless I have to.
Unless there's a notification that I need to get rid of.
Yeah.
I never go on that app.
Even for a long time, I turned that off. And then
Same.
just recently I turned it back on because I was like, what's going on over here?
I was only back on it.
No.
I was only back on it really because my 10-year reunion was coming up.
Yeah.
And the event page was on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And then I didn't end up going to it, but
Yeah.
I got a cat instead.
That
day,
Priorities.
whoopsies.
Priorities.
It's okay. I saw pictures after of who was there. I was like, I'm good.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm so gay that I miss that.
Yeah, so one of the other huge catalyst moments that's happened in the last 8 months is everything happening in Gaza. A huge reason why the ban even started was because politicians were getting extremely upset that U.S. citizens were having a full-on window into what is happening over there and having this parasocial relationship with the victims of a genocide. They were also very angry that it was being categorized as that by American people and in conversations on TikTok.
Genocide?
Okay. Yeah. Because they don't want it to be
To the point where that word is now shadow banned.
If you say it, the second it's in your video, the insights will plummet because they don't want. TikTok is supposed to be a very happy place. I think that's what the funniest part about this is. They have so many community guidelines in place in order to make it a very safe, trigger-free experience that it's hilarious to me that government officials are pushing this narrative of like, they know too much.
Yeah.
The American people know too much. We shouldn't be able to see all these things happening when in fact, I would rather see these things happen and be
They
more
want it to be the
informed.
80s so
bad.
They want it to be the Reagan 80s so bad, and it's so apparent.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's.
But they're not messing with boomers anymore.
No.
Millennials and Gen Z were built of different stuff.
Yeah.
Like this technology has been in our hands
our whole lives
since day one.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Cal?
No, to that same point,
Yeah.
we've had access to this our whole life. So we've been able to see a different perspective than our parents and grandparents ever got to see when it came to things going on in the world.
Totally. And just an opportunity to educate ourselves more than what school has taught us. One of the most interesting things that I have learned about the Israeli-Palestinian battle and all of this conversation is that what genocide did you learn about growing up in school?
Rwanda.
Okay. And the Holocaust?
Well, yeah, the Holocaust.
For me in school, I never learned about Rwanda. The only reason I learned about Rwanda was because Hotel Rwanda came out when I was in high school and we all started talking about it. But throughout all of my education, the Holocaust was the only genocide that I ever learned about, even though there have been thousands and extremely historical genocides happening, and none of them are taught in American schools for a very specific reason. Because of the relationship that we have with Israel and because of the stakes that it has in our government, we are taught one genocide so that we always have that as our reminder of the bad things that happened in our history and how to avoid them.
And they also make it seem like it was so long ago, and it's like it really
wasn't.
No.
You know, Martin Luther King and Anne Frank were the same age.
Yeah.
They're both the same year.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
I mean, it's or like the girl who, like, you always see the photos of when what's it called, the Board versus Brown, like
education
of it, Brown versus Board of Education, when segregation for schools was ended. You see the image of the little girl being walked out of the school.
She's still alive.
She's mom's age. She's like maybe in her early 60s. Like that's not that long ago.
She was just recently interviewed for some anniversary of something, and I was like, wow, she looks great. Because she's so young and thriving, because that wasn't that long ago. And it's amazing to see from the creation of the internet how much more we've been able to be informed of things that were, yes, in our most recent past, but also way back when, in the hopes of avoiding repeating history. I think that's for the people that I follow on TikTok and that I've been watching a lot of, it is that feeling of wanting to not do what past generations have done and revert into some different format of what the future could be and stop reacting the way our boomer parents have done and their parents have done. Like, something has to change.
I think also so much of the like end goal for younger millennials and Gen Z is that our reactions would not have to be reactive. That we could just be proactive, that we could just be in the moment, reacting to things that are normal and not.
You mean not have history, feel like history is happening to us all the God
day.
blessed time?
Yeah. Every minute I'm like, oh, okay, like another, historical catastrophe, which is every generation. Every generation has their historical catastrophes, and that's just the human experience, and it sucks. There's always going to be shitty people in power doing shitty things,
or shitty people who want to be in power doing shitty things.
But the reality is that we are able to see it more than any generation before us, and I can't even imagine what the next generation will be able to see. But
okay, so that's a heavy. Here's some good news. Okay, as I mentioned, there is a TikTok ByteDance and 8 TikTok users who have some major platforms on the app who have already sued the government.
ByteDance is who owns TikTok, right?
Correct. Yes, that's their parent company. By the way, did you know that if this all goes through, CapCut will also be banned because it is a ByteDance?
Oh, I didn't know that.
App.
I don't know if it ever really took off, but the Lemon 8.
Yes, that would
go
also
too. I've never opened it, but
I opened it. I played with it. It's too much like Pinterest. There's not enough differentiating factors.
But that'd probably go away too.
I always get annoyed by the ads because the ads trick me every single time.
I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, get away from me.
Stupid ad. Exit out.
So they've already put in a 33-page lawsuit because this ban specifically violates the First Amendment right of all Americans, my favorite amendment. And
it's a good one.
Because they're seeking to outlaw the app, and that obviously erases our ability for free expression. Now, the reality of the ban. Any ban on TikTok in the United States would not happen for many months or possibly years, but this is the closest the United States has come to kicking out an app used by an estimated 170 million Americans. Also, this is not the first time that the TikTok ban has been in
No, they've been trying to do it since like 2020.
2016.
Oh.
Yeah. When Trump became president, he was not a fan because of the way that he found out people were talking about him. Because the funniest part about the differences between Instagram and TikTok are the comment sections. If you ever want to know what type of people are really on an app, go into the comment sections and take a little gander.
Oh, man, Instagram reel comments are a scary.
They're a terrifying place.
I saw this mom like put her, first of all, didn't show her kid, was showing a meal she made for her child. That was like a perfectly healthy meal.
And they were ripping her apart in the
comments were like,
I know,
basically like, you're a fascist Nazi.
Yeah.
For making this meal for your child. And I was like, what?
How?
She made like homemade granola.
How dare she?
Yeah.
So what are we going to do now? Here's what we're going to do. We are not going to stop using TikTok, first
Absolutely
of all,
not.
because the ban, even if it were to go in place, which I personally, being in this industry for so long, can't see a world where this is actually banned. Now is the time to like triple down on your activity on TikTok, how much you're posting on TikTok, because something else that has come out of this lovely set of events is the new block party happening on all social media, and lots of influencers and celebrities and brands who have millions and millions of followers are being blocked across the app, which means that the algorithm has a big, fresh space to be able to grow and nurture new audiences and be seen by so many different people because it's less noisy for the first time since 2017.
But it also means my For You page has gotten weird.
Really? Mine is so good right now.
No, mine's gotten bonkers.
Oh, how
I
strange.
am now seeing all the ones where the video has like 2 views.
That's actually a really good sign though, dude. Okay, here's why it's a good sign.
I don't know, because sometimes I see things and I'm like, I wish I hadn't saw that. I wish I did not see that.
Okay, well, the experience I'm having is I am getting, for the influencers and celebrities that have not been blocked and who are supporting Palestinian families, I'm getting their videos first in my FYP with like no comments, no likes. So like I get to be the first to engage, and my top comments are rising to the top because I'm getting served stuff so fast. Whereas before I wasn't getting any trending or any popular person's content in my feed until days later. So that's interesting. But the other thing that we're going to go do is start using YouTube Shorts more and more, because it is the only comparable feed to TikTok. Like, I have like a plea for YouTube. They need to make a standalone Shorts app. The only way for Shorts to actually progress and get better, and for the algorithm itself to get healthier and to get more variety in it, is if it becomes its own standalone app. I don't know if they'd actually do it.
If I remember correctly, didn't it? Oh no, that was Reels. Reels started as its own app. Instagram Reels.
For like 2 seconds.
For like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they had IGTV.
Yeah.
They had Instagram. IGTV, don't even get me started.
That was a hot mess.
From a client side,
Yeah.
the hottest of messes.
Yeah.
Trying to explain to a boomer woman why we have to make long form videos for IGTV versus putting them on Instagram. Like just beating a rock on my head for 5 hours. But the good part about Shorts is that it's very reminiscent of TikTok 2020. It's so new. The sounds that you use can like make your video pop off so quickly. There's just too many trend and meme things right now. And I think that if they put it in a standalone app, that would kind of wash away really quickly because people could be a little bit more creative. Yeah. Also, creating a standalone app means you get standalone editing tools. The editing tools on Shorts are horrific.
So bad. I messed around with it for about 30 seconds and then I went, nope.
So bad, dude. So already our YouTube experience has been pretty positive, but the reason it's been positive is they've sought us out for surveys and opinions and putting us on a couple of different panels so that they can like pick our brains. I love that aspect of YouTube is that they're so creator forward. I just want them to develop it on a different feed. I think they're so obsessed because it's worked for so many for decades now that
for it all to be one.
Exactly. And that's why it's like a media channel or a TV channel because it is that high quality long form content. But if they want to play in this space and really like double down in a moment that would make a huge difference to them, I think a standalone app would be really interesting. But if anything gets banned, we're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, all under blending contracts. I think you should diversify where and what you're posting on all these channels in order to find new people and new audiences, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's why we didn't just start with an Instagram and we didn't only develop that feed because you need to be able to do it all everywhere else.
Personally, I really like the content that Kelly's making.
I love the content that Kelly's making.
I'm not joking. I really
What am I making?
Your cut downs.
Your cut downs and your cooking stuff. And
Thank you.
I like
what
your
did
content.
I do?
No, I genuinely enjoy your content.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree
trying.
with you.
Yeah.
You are trying.
And your puppy content.
Puppy
Ailey's puppy content.
Always got the puppy content.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the TikTok ban.
It's really hard to make cat content.
Because nobody likes cats.
They're so speedy.
I like how she disregards my cat.
And they'll eat your face.
And they'll eat your face.
She's not going to eat my face.
Well, that's because you won't die, but...
I won't die. I am inevitable.
Inevitable?
It's from... It's from... it's
The quote is inevitable?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's from Marvel.
Oh, don't watch those.
It's a Thanos line. It's actually a Thanos line from a movie I've never watched.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
How nice.
She's sticking in the pop culture.
Yeah.
Keeping herself relevant.
I'm good at that. I talk to the youths.
We love the youths. We hope that you learned something today. We will probably talk about this off and on because it's relevant to us and it's interesting to me. And I love learning about this little thing we call the internet. And since you're on the internet, we'd really like it if you would like this video and comment below what you learned today from the TikTok ban. Also, give us your handle. We'd love to follow more people. Build that audience over there. Oh, Halsey doesn't. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel, though, so that you can find out whenever we have a new episode out of Contract Kitchen, Tarot Time, and Blood and Contracts. And if you're on a podcast feed, please rate and review our podcast and share this episode with a friend so that we can meet more of you and grow our little audience of goodness. And they can spend more time with the sisters because I'm always co-hosted by my sister by blood,
Halsey.
and my sister by contract,
Kelly.
And I'm Bailey. We hope you have a great day, and thanks for listening to Blood and Contracts.
Goodbye.